Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase with Picatinny rail adapters, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15, like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more and see me shooting a flamethrower. And lastly, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have the Toyota chairman and also the grandson of the great founder, Mr. Akio Toyoda, saying that sports cars must have gas engines, and I couldn't agree more. A very wise, intelligent, enlightened mindset to have in the auto community and auto leadership, which is all too much acquiescing to boring EV technologies and hybrids. So Toyota is also winning in the hybrid game in terms of number of units being sold, but I partially digress. They still have some fun and give us 3 pedals, also known as a manual transmission, which every car should have by default. Toyota actually has the greatest amount of stick shifts available in terms of the variety of cars, or rather models with a stick shift option. Though, fun fact of the day, Honda sold more stick shifts than any other manufacturer on the planet in 2024. But ADHD aside, I partially digress. Let's dive into the article. Now, this is credited to Adrian, who is a writer at thedrive.com, and kind of ironic, they have a picture of a Toyota piece of plastic, but the engine is the BMW straight 6. Now, they say, quote, we'll pop down from the menu. It says, Toyota chairman says a sports car must have a gas engine. Akio Toyoda is open to the idea of an EV, but he prefers the smell of a gas engine and noisy engine. And here you can see the Mark V Supra, which admittedly is just a slightly rebadged BMW, though they did add a nice little plastic, well, I'm being sarcastic, obviously. They have that stupid plastic hunk that they bolt onto the top of the engine to decrease noise, which I would argue, especially for a sports car, why would you do this? But you do see the Toyota logo on the plastic engine cover of the BMW engine. Now, diving in the article, they say, quote, it's been nearly 2 years since Toyota gave us a taste of an electric sports car. Yeah. The FTSE concept has yet to be evolved into an actual production model, probably due to the lack of anyone giving a damn, but that's just me. That's because a good road-going version isn't coming anytime soon. Instead, the company's chairman would much rather stick with performance vehicles powered by combustion engines. The former president of the world's largest automaker for the 5th consecutive year made his preference abundantly clear in an interview with Automotive News. Against Akio saying, quote, for me, as a master driver, my definition of a sports car is something with a smell of a gasoline engine and a noisy engine. Unquote. He admits there are people at Toyota pursuing a fun EV, but he'd much rather stick with good old ICE, which, again, the FTE, again, it looks really cool. It almost looks something you see from the Fast and Furious films. But yeah, it looks cool, but yeah, the Toyota concept is an EV, which, again, if they actually just put a V6 with a stick shift, twin turbo that thing, that would be awesome. I couldn't afford it, but if I could afford it, I would probably buy one to actually have a big, because again, the current Toyota actual sports cars, I mean, they're mostly rebranded. I was about to say the Toyota BRZ, which is kind of a joke for the automotive community because the Subaru BRZ badge shares with the Toyota 86. It's the same thing, and it's got a Subaru engine. Fun little coupe, not a lot of power. Even my Honda's faster in straightaway, debatably sometimes. But that's kind of rebadged. The Mark V Supra, also shared with BMW. You have the Corolla GR, which is awesome, but I mean, shoot, that's not even 4 cylinders. So it's one of those things where, again, I really wish they would come out with a bigger combustion sports car. Again, who knows what the future may bring, but that's kind of what my first thought was like, what do I wish Toyota did that they aren't currently doing at the moment? Now, they also say, quote, it's not that he's completely against the idea of an electric sports car, but like you and me, we have our priorities. Akio Toyoda, and fun fact, the family's name is Toyoda, but the business name is Toyota. Fun fact of the day. I'm filled with them. I'm great for trivia nights, unless they ask about sports balls or athletes out of anything. Then I'm utterly useless. But again, I partially digress. They say, quote, Akio Toyoda isn't the typical high-ranking executive cooped up in the office all day. He's a Toyota's master driver and an alter ego, Morizo. He took the name back in 2007 for the Nuremberg 24-hour endurance race and has been using it ever since. More recently, you might remember this name from a special edition GR Corolla and lesser-known Lexus MBX Morizo RR crossover. Toyota admits it's not exciting to race EVs because the batteries doesn't doesn't last more than a circuit or for more than an hour. Yeah. In other words, the company's chairman argues that the current technology is not up to snuff, adding that it would be, quote, a race of charging time or battery exchange. He prefers to enter endurance races, so EVs are not feasible yet, which, yeah, that's why I laughed derisively at Porsche saying they're going to make the Cayman EV, which would be utter trash for anyone who actually goes to the track. Because, again, most track weekends, like when I do NASA events, not the, aerospace, but, actual car one, I mean, usually we'll get 4 sessions of 25 minutes apiece. And maybe, I think at most you have an hour between sessions to kind of take a little breather, take a bio break, or, go to the facilities and make sure your tire pressures are good, just to check your vehicle over. You only have multiple hours to actually charge up the vehicle. You could take about 2 minutes to gas it up with the on-prem gas station, but yeah, you don't have hours of downtime in between sessions. So it's great to see that, the chairman is still all about the gas engines. And man, I know the demand is dwindling, especially the economy for sports cars. I would love to have the next generation Supra being built in-house with the actual Toyota engine and an actual stick shift from the get-go. Again, I think a lot of people didn't like, the Mark V Supra because, again, it was a BMW, and to Toyota's credit, they finally gave us, the stick shift, and that was pretty cool. They didn't have to do that research development. They took the gamble, and I think they successfully paid off with the number of people who bought it. But again, a lot of people I know who wanted, Supra wanted a Toyota-made Supra. So I'm not sure in terms of viability of a product or profitability, if it's even possible in 2026, 2027 to make something like that. And I was going to say, if the time frame I don't think it's at all feasible to make it in 2025, with life cycles of cars being made and all the prep you have to do. But let me know in the comments your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.